So what I wanted to do was I wanted to be able to find a way to inform patients of how they can make their experience safer with surgeries. So I used 14 online sources, and I also used my experience from children's with seeing kids come into the operating room and talking to a few of the families and seeing them post-op. So that was really helpful. So I actually got additional help from some other people that were amazing. Jimmy Patel and Jake Rosenberg designed my logo. I had a development team for the app, and due to legal reasons, the app won't actually be on the App Store available to the public because there are a lot of things that need to be reviewed by doctors and possibly even lawyers, because some people do take these sort of things really seriously and choose to ignore their doctors and listen to online things, which shouldn't be done. But I did still go ahead and put everything on a website that could be put out in public. So these are the people that made my app for me, and it was really a win-win because they're Kate Center students, so it counted towards their final projects for their classes too. So the content that went into the website is all this. So the first thing I had was preoperative tips and reminders. This is basically everything that you should try to remember before you have a surgery, like the night before, things you need to remember, everything from don't eat or drink anything after midnight the night before, to make sure you bring everything that you need and ask your doctor about this. Then I had post-operative tips and reminders, so that was for the day after surgery because people do have so many questions. Stuff like when can I shower and when can I eat again? How can I keep my infection clean? And then I also did frequently asked questions. That's kind of self-explanatory, obviously, because people do have so many questions. And making this content really opened my eyes to a different side of surgery because I had never even thought to question all these things before. Just the littlest things could have the biggest impact. So it really taught me about everything you need to look at going into having a surgery, which is so much. So I had frequently asked questions about before your surgery, during and after, as well as anesthesia care, which was really great because I learned a lot about anesthesia from the anesthesiologists that were in the operating room. So I was able to put this knowledge into my final product. And there are so many little things going into it that I never considered before, like different types of anesthesia and how you should be aware of what kind you're getting when you go into your surgery. So then I did questions to ask your surgeon, things that everyone should ask their doctor and be aware of. And then the last part is kind of the application of how can I help, how can the patients do more to make their experience safer rather than just informing them. This kind of prompted them to act on it, so I didn't even think to put this in there before, but it's actually one of the most important parts, and I'm so glad that my mentor pointed out that I should have it in there. It's basically a checklist of things that they should have and ask, so like that way they can see this checklist and check off, like, you know, did I ask my anesthesiologist about the kind of anesthesia I'm receiving? Did I list my site of surgery and be specific? Do I know my doctor? Do I know the procedure that I'm going to receive? So this is really important because, for example, actually just recently, Children's had a case where they were doing a frenulectomy, which is basically a removal of the part of your tongue that's underneath. But a lot of people don't know there are actually 3 frenulums in your mouth. And most of the frenulectomies done before in the past had all been under the tongue. So going into it, the only thing that it said was the side of surgery would be the frenulum. So they took out underneath the tongue when actually they were supposed to take out the bottom part of the inside of the lip. So thankfully this patient needed both done anyways, but this could have been terrible. So this made me see that it really is so important to get all the little details and have a checklist saying that you know where you're getting surgery and that your doctor knows, and that your doctor knows what medications you're on and what your allergies are. So going into what I made designs for my development team to use for the app, that's just an example of what they looked like so I could show them what I wanted and what I had envisioned. And the app actually will be functional on my phone and stuff like that. It just won't be available to the public. It's currently still being made, but once it's done, it'll have all the components that I put onto my website. So this is an example of what they've been making so far, with the logo in the back and basically a rough design of how it's going to look. So from there I actually made my website. I'm currently still working on it, but I have all the content that I made on there. So there's like the pre-op right here, and the frequently asked questions, and basically everything that I put into my final product I transfer to this website so that it can be accessible to the public. And there is also a legal disclaimer saying that I'm not a medical professional and that you should always listen to your doctor first. So that is still being made. And my mentor's role in this whole entire thing was that I would make some content and he would just review it really quick and guide me, which was really nice. So that basically concluded the bulk of my ISM experience this year. There's so many people that made it special for me, especially my mentor, who took so much time out of his weeks to teach me, which was really nice because I didn't expect anyone to be able to explain what they were doing during surgery and answer my questions and give me articles, but he was able to do all of those things and so much more. My ISM teacher, Coach Goff, was definitely a big influence because for all the ISM kids, all 65 of us, she was another mentor to us, not just a teacher. And she taught us everything that we needed to know going into our interviews and how to conduct ourselves, which was a big help for not just ISM this year, but future endeavors. My parents were so supportive, my friends, and there's a whole bunch of other people along the way too, everyone at Children's. So next year, since I decided that I want to branch out and see other fields of surgery, I decided that I want to pursue neurosurgery and pediatric cardiothoracic surgery at the same time. And I know this sounds like so much at the same time, but anyone that knows me knows that I can't sit still with this kind of stuff, and I just need to be on my feet all the time. I couldn't decide between which two fields I wanted to see more of, so I figured I would just do both. And I figured if I have the opportunity to see more, then I should go for it, because while I'm so young, not many people are given the chance to do this. So I really wanted to jump at the opportunity. So I plan to study neurosurgery under Dr. Kim Rickert starting this summer, and then I want to continue my mentorship throughout next year. And also for the pediatric cardiothoracic surgery, I don't have a mentor yet, but I actually have a doctor in mind, Dr. Christine Gulasarian, who's associated through HeartGift, which brings me to my final product that I'm going to be focusing on next year. I want to partner up with HeartGift to sponsor a child from a third world country to have heart surgery here in the U.S. So basically, HeartGift is a nonprofit organization that does exactly this. They bring over kids from countries that have so much less than we do, and they bring them over to the U.S. and have life-changing heart surgery, and they save their lives. And it's just such an amazing cause. And I was really inspired when I saw my good friend Nikita working to do this, and I saw a past ISM do this for their final product, and I really wanted to be a part of it myself. So this summer I plan on partnering with HeartGift to do just that. I'll have to do a lot of fundraising to raise about $15,000 to sponsor the child, and that will be my final product next year. So I'll have an early start, and I'll be working throughout the summer for this, but it's something that I'm really passionate about. And I've never wanted to do something so much more in my life, so I'm really excited to start this new chapter in my life. I am going to be pursuing ISM2 and the next step in my health science program, which is basically like ISM without the work, so I'll have extra time for mentor visits. And I'll also be taking pharmacology at the same time. So through Health Science 3, I'll be able to get my EKG technician license, and through pharmacology, I'll be able to get my pharmacy technician license. So it's kind of nice to also have these licenses so I can get a job in college using them later. But definitely really excited for the road ahead of me. I know it's definitely going to be a lot more different, and I've always heard that ISM2 kids can go farther with their projects. I never really knew what they meant until it hit me that I could do something as big as this and really change someone's life. I'm definitely going to come back and see general pediatric surgeries every once in a while, because I still really love the field, and I'm not just changing, not because I'm bored of it, but because I understand it. And in the words of Casey Neistat, comfort is decline. So I'm so comfortable with being in there and knowing exactly what's going on. I found that I don't have many more questions to ask. So I wanted to go and see something that I didn't understand and ask more questions and understand things that I had never seen before. So that said, I will leave you all with the words of Casey Neistat again. With each success must come a newer and more ambitious goal. This is really great because this is what I hope to achieve by doing this final product next year, and I'm so thankful to have the experience that I got this year, because I feel like it opened so many doors for me and taught me all the basic things I needed to know about surgery going into exploring other fields. And I would definitely always love the field of general pediatric surgery. So I'm so thankful for everything that I've gotten the opportunity to see this year and participate in. And I really hope that all the future ISM kids that are listening to this are inspired, and that everybody, that they want to pursue what they are passionate about. So I challenge everybody here today to pursue what they're truly passionate about, and to not stay comfortable, but to pursue new challenges that will take them farther and more ambitious goals. So thank you for listening to my presentation.